Thank you all for being here. We're going to say thank you a whole lot for the next 30 minutes or so. I'm Joel Kaufman. I'm the executive director at Recognize Good. We're here to celebrate the end of a month-long gratitude campaign called Say Thanks Austin. And boy, did Austin say thanks over the last month. Couple of notes that I wanted to read. Well, most importantly, we have parking validation. If you have not gotten, that is our thank you to you, and thank you to the city. We have stickers in the back center, and then right there by the door, as long as you grab one on your way out, you should not have to pay for parking in the city garage. All right, if you have questions, you can come find me or anybody with a Recognize Good shirt on. Over the past few weeks, we have seen a lot of thank yous directed at the people in this room, the honorees that we're here to celebrate today. In fact, there were over 84,000 acts of gratitude that we found coming in. Sure, yes. That's a lot, and that's a lot of texts and emails and people writing their names, and every single one of those acts just signifies someone saying thank you to one of these 9 individuals or couples that we're here to honor today. That's incredible. To the people that we're here to honor, thank you for letting us do that, for you, with you, and I think all of you understand that the whole point of the Recognize Good Legends program is to share an example in hopes of inspiring others. And I think there was a lot of inspiration that kind of rippled out into the Austin community because of your willingness to let us kind of hold you up on a pedestal, at least for a little while. After today, don't worry, you can come right back down. But we have results to announce today, which is a big part of why we're here. More than that, 2 things I think are really cool. One, I was telling some of you beforehand, we do 9 legend presentations typically at the site where our honoree is volunteering every year. We kind of parachute into that world. We say thank you, it's lovely. We give each legend $1,000 to the charity of their choice, and then we parachute back out and we go do it again somewhere else. Today, y'all get to meet each other, which is really cool, and just kind of, y'all have shared with me, I can't get into it and maintain my composure, but how much it means to you to be amongst these other people that you really admire. And of course, y'all understand that they're admiring you right back, which is really, really cool. So some of the moments today have already been a little emotional. So I will not talk much longer. We have a lot of really wonderful people here that believe in this program and really want to make sure that we make y'all feel special as we also announce results. I want to welcome the incredible Austin City Councilwoman Paige Ellis. Thank you for being here today. Would also like to welcome Judy Maggio and Leslie Rohde, our friends from ATX Good News. Believe like we do that sharing stories of goodness in Central Texas does a lot of good. The point of the Legends program is to say thanks to people who are going above and beyond. We're talking 10 years of volunteerism. We're talking 100 gallons of blood donated. We're talking 50,000 miles driven. Y'all have read the programs. I will say in the programs, by the way, we have a little blurb, and then there's a QR code with the full story. We can't get into everybody's full story today, but I really encourage you to make sure that you read everybody's full story. It's incredible. And we can't make it concise into 2 sentences most of the time. I really want to say thanks to someone, although he's not going to like it, to someone who's meant the world to Recognize Good from the very beginning, that's done a lot of good in this community through our friends at Austin Gives, through his own company, ABC Home and Commercial Services, his own incredible volunteer leadership of every council, gala, committee, and advisory group in Austin. Please help me say thanks to and welcome our board chair at Recognize Good, Mr. Bobby Jenkins.
Thank you, Joel. Appreciate that. And before I kind of get started, this is the moment where I reflect and I think about this ceremony that we've done for several years, obviously, and I can't tell you what a great day this becomes, right? It's like we were saying, you cannot leave City Hall today without feeling great about the people that are here, the people in this community, and the work that they do for so many people. So you're in for a treat. It is the ultimate feel-good event today, so I'm always excited to be a part of it. And so whether you're saying thanks, one time during this process, or you are one of the ones who did thousands of thank yous during the process, you got a little piece of what the mission of Recognize Good is, and this is important. This is a part that I've always liked, this kind of statement. The mission is to eliminate the good we see in our community, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, shining that light and illuminating the good. And we started the program back in 2010. We've recognized now 141 individual volunteers from over all the years that go above and beyond, and it's all about doing things for others. This is the other piece of this. Nobody does this for any recognition. Everybody all those 141, I can promise you, these were people that were as driven from their heart as any group of people you would ever want to see. Again, so every volunteer recognition that we're going to do today is going to come with a donation. And this is the other part of this. It's kind of a pay it forward kind of deal, and I love that piece about it. But over the 14 years of the program, we've donated $375,000 to the charity. So it does deserve a round of applause. And so the best part of this, and you'll see a snippet of this, and I would encourage you to do what Joel said. It's about the story. Go read those stories off that QR code and to learn really what someone did and the organizations that they're serving through. The designation of a legend really does recognize people who truly, truly go above and beyond. This is special to be one of those at that level. And alongside the Ethics and Business Awards and the Recognize Good Lighthouse program, this is how we show our gratitude to those who do for others, right? And it is about doing for others. But the deal here is we share those examples. This becomes powerful when other people hear the stories. I don't think ripple effect. I kind of think of it as a tsunami, right? When we share all of the stories, because when we hear what others are doing, we truly are inspired to work in our community and make it better. And so when it comes to stories and inspiring people, that really is, in a nutshell, what Recognize Good is all about. That's the idea. So now what I'd like to do is to introduce a couple of true storytellers who do it better than any two that I know. And it's really a pleasure to have them and to be a part of this with them and to work with them. But Judy Maggio and Leslie Rohde, would y'all come up and kind of get the thing going with the stories and everything else? Big round of applause.
Wow. Thank you, Bobby. We're so honored to be here and see all of you who are giving back your time and talents and treasure to make Austin an even more wonderful place to live. Leslie and I worked in television news for many, many years, and in the TV news industry, I have to say that for the most part, we're really good at sharing bad news and not so, well, we're bad at sharing good news, right? You know? So Leslie and I have embarked on a new journey we'll tell you a little bit about called ATX Good News. And our mission aligns so well with Recognize Good because we also want to illuminate the joy, the happiness, the good things happening in Central Texas.
And we are, again, as you said, so honored to be here and hear about your stories and hope to tell more of your stories in the days and weeks to come. We want to give you some fun statistics about this year's Say Thanks Austin campaign. These are pretty big numbers. We had at least one thank you vote counted from 47 different states.
We had at least one thank you note vote counted from 13 different countries.
Wow. We had more than 3,000 thank yous come through social media.
And get this, over 20,000 thank yous came through email, text, and of course the Recognize Good website.
More than 59,000 votes came on good old-fashioned hard copy, paper forms.
I love paper.
I do too.
I miss it sometimes. Over 84,000 acts of gratitude were counted this year overall, and that's because of all of you. Thank you so much. Well, Joel has given us just a few minutes to talk about ATX Good News, and we just want you all to know that we embarked on this storytelling journey about 2 years ago. As I said, we were in commercial television, and we want to tell the types of stories like each of you are taking part in. We want to shine the light on the things that bring our community together rather than tear us apart. Our media feeds, our social media feeds are so full of negativity. So at ATX Good News, we only tell stories that are uplifting, inspiring, and perhaps prompt other people to do exactly what all of you are doing, and that's giving back to the community.
And that's sort of how our missions really align with Recognize Good. We hope that you will recognize the good and then be inspired to go out. We're just part of the storytelling part of that. I'll say, too, that it's not that we think that the other news, the bad news, and other things you don't need to know about, we do need to stay informed, right? But we also believe, Judy and I think, that you're not hearing the whole story unless you also are hearing the stories of the goodness and the good things happening in our community. So that's what we're here to shine the light on at atxgoodnews.com.
We also have cards if you'd like them to find us on social media and our new website. Okay, thank you for the commercial, Joel. Now, let's continue with the program, and we would like to introduce Councilwoman Paige Ellis, who's been a part of this program for several years, and we're so glad you're here, Paige.
Well, good morning, everyone. Isn't this a great day to be in Austin, Texas? You can feel the great energy in the room. This is one of my most heartwarming things I get to be a part of. I'm proud to be a part of Recognize Good and the effort to illuminate good that exists in our community. I see so many people around the city of Austin who got out of their way to help others, and often those people can go unrecognized. The power of saying thanks goes a long way, as we all know, and I'm happy to represent the city of Austin today to say a special thank you to each of you. So let's find out who we're honoring today. Please stand when I say your name. Joanne and John Taunton. For more than 11 years running now, the Tauntons have volunteered with Safe Alliance in a truly meaningful way that leaves safe staff regarding them more as colleagues than volunteers. In addition to helping in major ways with events and purchasing items of need, their biggest impact is organizing the massive amount of basic need donations, from food to clothing, giving survivors of domestic abuse and their families more accessible and useful access to the things they need to start their next chapter. The Tauntons were among the first volunteers to be allowed back after the pandemic, and for a very good reason. As Safe's shelter manager says, their magic touch just makes everything easier. Joanne and John, thank you. Now please come accept this $500 donation in your name to the Safe Alliance, along with a certificate of appreciation from the City of Austin to each of you.
Come on down.
You want this?
I know, I was like, maybe we got
Congratulations and thank you to Joanne and John. Rick Cross. Rick has served close to 3,500 hours with Art from the Streets, not only leading the organization's open studio every week, helping some of our most vulnerable, unhoused neighbors express themselves through their artwork, but helping them sell their air in a professional way and going above and beyond to meet individually with about 75 artists each year. Thank you, Rick. Rick, will you please join us? And we have a $500 donation to Art from the Streets in your name and a certificate of appreciation from Austin Mayor Kirk Watson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your dedication, Rick. Brett Evans. Let's clap for Brett. I'm not sure that he could make it today. Brett began volunteering at St. David's Round Rock Medical Center more than 20 years ago as a greeter. Somewhere along the way, a visitor donated a box of books to the hospital, and Brett shared them in the ICU waiting room with a sign reading, "Free books." Soon after, the books were all gone, but Brett wasn't done. He began collecting more book donations to pass out to hospital visitors more and more. When Brett ran out of shelves to keep the books, he built 20 more bookshelves to store them. Decades later, Brett has collected and passed out more than 40,000 books to hospital visitors to get them through tough times. Brett Evans will also receive a $500 donation to the Round Rock Area Serving Center in his name, along with a certificate of appreciation from the City of Austin. And next, I will ask Judy and Leslie to help me with a few of these stories now. Thank you.
Thank you, Paige. My heart is so touched by. Yeah, he wasn't here. Yeah. Okay. Now the first one that Leslie and I want to introduce you is Jill Rossi. Jill is the single longest serving volunteer in the history of the Austin Public Library. For more than 20 years, Jill has primarily helped the library in centralized shipping, helping the library's paid staff prepare library materials to distribute to all 20 branches, and the Recycled Reads bookstore, I love that place, and the upcycling facility, and the mobile library fleet, and the Austin History Center. With her extensive expertise, after so much time, she's been able to spot problems quickly and save the library staff lots of time. It is safe to say that Jill may have touched more Austin library materials than anyone else ever. Jill, thank you. Come on up, please, and accept the $500 donation. This donation will be going to the Austin Library Friends Foundation in your name, and there's also a certificate of appreciation from the City of Austin, signed by the mayor.
We're all short with Joel.
All right, next we're going to talk a little bit about Craig and Mary Beth Applefield. I met them earlier. I know they're here. There you are. Good. Stand up. There's Craig and Mary Beth. Craig and Mary Beth have spent more time mentoring teenagers in the Williamson County juvenile justice system than anyone else through local nonprofit Reset Mentoring. Their thousands of hours dedicated to some of the program's most challenging cases have literally changed lives one at a time. Not only does this dynamic duo show up for young people, advise them, and inspire them, but they regularly stay in touch with their mentees after the 6-month intensive program is complete. Craig, Mary Beth, thank you so much. Would you please come up and accept a $500 donation to Reset Mentoring in your names, along with a certificate of appreciation?
He didn't want to be by Joel.
Our next winner, Gail Poland, is unfortunately out of town today, but her biggest supporters from the Trinity Center are here, right? Yes, there they are. Yay! Let me tell you a little bit about GAY. GAY's impact on the in-house neighbors served by the Trinity Center is felt throughout the organization as well as its clients. Every Monday, for more than 8 years, GAY has coordinated the women's clothing closet, helping make sure women experiencing homelessness have clothes on their backs, as well as someone to strengthen them. Not only does GAY serve tirelessly at the center, she's the type of volunteer who takes garments home to mend them at the end of her volunteer shift. She's also the type of volunteer who coordinated a collaborative effort with Tarrytown United Methodist Church to start the first men's shower ministry at Trinity Center's history. And despite really preferring to remain behind the scenes, there she is, though, she now lends her insight and experience to organization's board of directors. So, GAY, we know you'll see this later. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going to invite Christian and Eunice. Come on up. They're going to be accepting a $500 donation to the Trinity Center in GAY's name, along with her certificate of appreciation from the city of Austin.
And I think now we're going to pass it back to Bobby for our top 3 finishers in this year's Say Thanks Austin campaign.
Okay, so now we go from incredible to even more incredible, which is, again, when people say thanks, I don't know how you delineate between all of them, right? I know a lot of us do thanks to every one of them, so every one of these stories is absolutely special. But we're going to do the top 3 now. And first that we're going to recognize is Judith Kraft. So Judith has volunteered at the Zilker Botanical Garden for over 30 years, donating thousands of hours of her time. She spent many of those hours getting dirty in the herb garden, which she helped shape herself. She toured hundreds of students through the garden grounds and has gone above and beyond to match her master gardener knowledge to TEKS, the statewide educational standard for preschoolers through high school students. Her positive energy is absolutely unmatched, and as any volunteer in the gardens can tell you, because most likely when they started volunteering, their first garden tour was from Judith. So Judith, come down. Thank you so much. We want you, I was going to say, I'm not letting you get away. And I didn't say this, so Judith's donation to pay forward to the Zilker Botanical Gardens is for $2,000. So second place finisher from this year's Say Thanks Austin campaign is Carol Rayburn. So Carol, come on down. Carol began serving our community through food rescue in 2015 when she was simply looking for greens to feed her potbelly pig. I haven't said potbelly pig in a long time, so. As she began to find new sources in her neighborhood and throughout her community for healthy food that would feed neighbors in need, her efforts snowballed in a big way. She formed her own nonprofit, Carol's Kindness Plus, and as word about her efforts spread, she began collaborating with Austin Mutual Aid, ATX Fridges, and the Charlie Center, among others. Eventually, the line to receive rescued food from her home became so long that she had to move her distribution to the Gus Garcia Recreation Center, where she still serves faithfully today. Since she began her efforts, Carol has served over 10,000 meals and even provides extra resources on housing, financial assistance, and medical care. Carol, thank you. So please join us. And Carol will accept a $5,000 donation to Carol's Kitchen Plus in her name, along with a certificate from the City of Austin.
Editor's note, that was 100,000 meals that Carol has served.
Did I say it wrong or was it correct? Oh, well. Yeah, Joel corrected me, and I want to make sure that it was not just corrected, I mean really corrected, because 10,000 is amazing to me, right? So when I say 10,000, I'm thinking that's a big deal. 100,000 is an even bigger deal. So again, Carol, thank you so much. Okay, so now we're ready to recognize our first place winner, Eric Stokel. Eric has served with the most beloved equine therapy nonprofit in Central Texas, ROC, which is formerly Ride on Center for Kids, for over 15 years. As a veteran himself, Eric serves as a horse handler and mentor for men and women veterans to foster a healing environment through camaraderie among members of the armed forces. Twice a week, 6 hours a day. Eric not only serves with dedication, but with skill. He radiates servant leadership as he guides hundreds of fellow volunteers in all aspects of horse handling to serve veterans, those with developmental diseases, and so many more through specialized programming that's helped thousands live a much better life. Eric, thank you, and please come forward to accept your $10,000 check to ROC. Yeah. That big one, you can. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, these are them. Let's give all of our Legends 2024 a giant round of applause. Okay. How can you not be smiling right now, right? It's the best thing in the world. So y'all hang here. I'm going to close this out. And before we do, again, I'd like to say how much we appreciate each of our honorees, a lasting chance to inspire others. This is what your job is, right? And we've been doing this now all along. And so this is the deal, right? You now are part of the brotherhood, right? You guys are now part of how we select next year's Legends, right? Because you know what it's all about. Your heart is there. You will find those people, will recognize those people, and we just keep this thing rolling and going and going and going. It's all about the culture. It's not Recognized Good that does it. It's our past honorees are the ones who do this so, and it's one of the best things. That's what continues it for each of us. And we all play a part y'all play a part in selecting those volunteers and those stories that will honor and continue to inspire what I pray for, generations of Austinites, that we inspire them and we recognize them. All right, and I'd like to invite everybody here with us today, for either here in person or watching later online, to remember to illuminate the good that comes across in our community. When you see somebody doing something, let us know. Let's again, it spreads, it's contagious. We want that all the way across. We want to carry this spirit. This is the other part of it. It's not just the work that all of these incredible people do. It's all of the rest of the community saying thank you, right? That thank you is powerful. And that's always been one of the things that's resonated with me from the very beginning, the chance to say thank you to people that are doing amazing things in our community. And so that's how we pass it forward, and we really thank people who change the world, but we also thank people who change individuals' lives, right? That power of one is incredible. So thank you all for joining us today. We'd love to get, I'm a photo junkie, and let me promise you, I will be putting this stuff on Facebook just as soon as I can. Because we want to share this, right? We want to share the story. So come down, let's get as many photos as we possibly can. And we do want to take a big group photo, so don't go away before we start doing individual ones. But let's give it one last final round of applause for everyone for 2024. Say thanks, Austin. Thank y'all.